Welcome back to the iconic Canary Wharf once again. The fourth time we've been at this fantastic venue in the 34th event overall. And here is the start list for the men. The super biker Emil Holm comes off a 70.3 win last weekend in Poznan to join podium racing. Crown Racing is unchanged, as is Brownlee Racing as well. They'll be hoping for a good one from Allergy and Stars and Stripes as well. This is Leo Berger though.
Our strength is that we have strong links between each others, and we are all good friends. And I think on race day it makes the difference. Everybody is willing to sacrifice a bit of his race to maybe go for the discipline points, and that makes the team win in the end. So yeah.
It is time to get the men's race underway here in London for the fourth time in Canary Wharf. Let's get it on. Lovely start again. Yee on the far left-hand side. And in the middle with that big, wide, easy stroke is Max Stapley, who's been sent out to win those swim points. And he's had a great start, but he needs to watch out for Matt Hauser and also for Chase McQueen. It's Stars and Stripes out the front with McQueen. Chase McQueen, who was denied those swim points in a little bit of push and shove with Hauser in Chicago. He'll want them this time. So 2 Stars and Stripes and 2 Crown Racing athletes at the front. Then there's a little gap back to the chasing pack. Thorne it was who was that 5th place athlete. Velas is there, Berger, Hauser who dropped back a little bit, Nina, Milner, Wild, Holm, Bentley and Baxter.
Parker, 1 and 2 out of the water here. A dream start yet again for Stars and Stripes today. Was this always the plan?
Yeah, we knew that we needed to beat Brownlee Racing today. Like, they're the ones right in front of us, and they're the ones that are within room for us to catch. So everyone knew we had to step up today. The girls did that, and now it's the boys' chance to show what they can do.
Well, this is good from Chase McQueen as well. They've got a nice little gap on the chasers.
Now Stars and Stripes look to pick up the second short shoot, which they won't be able to take to, but they will deny any other team from getting it. They didn't have one last time around. They want to take all of them this time around and deny everyone else as they tiptoe through the Stars and Stripes. And they will indeed deny anyone else the second short shoot. McQueen comes across the line first, and he needs that better run. As you said, eliminated twice, and now he leads this race. Look how quickly they're eating up that gap. It was 7 seconds as they came into transition, and in about 600 metres it's going to be nothing as they come down. And Vettler Thorne's having a better race than he has had in the past, and there's Crown Racing is very well represented in that pack as they all going to come together, and Michael Gilliam will be very happy if he wasn't already after the women's race.
Michael, Crown Racing, your 4 athletes now are very, very close together, and they're closing on the front. Is the plan here to hunt as a team?
No, we're a pack of wolves. Watch us take a big chunk out of the field.
Hayden Wild wants the fastest run lap. Hayden Wild wants the other short shoot. He thinks Stars and Stripes are not going to figure at the pointy end of this race, and he wants to be the only one out there who's got one in the back pocket. He also wants to be as one of the weaker swimmers, I suppose, from this group, although his swim's improved a lot. He wants to be first into the water and make people swim around him as he gets ready. Nina slots into second position. Lewis, and in fact, Yee's dropped back to 5th or 6th. No, that's probably a tactic because we know the run that Alex Yee's got on him. Velas is there, Thorne's there, Stapley's there as well. Milner's there too. He's having a better race. Shoes go off. They can stay out the box. And Wild will pick up the short shoot for Crown Racing. All right, we'll head down now to Tim Don, who'll need to hit back against Crown Racing in this one. He's with Adam.
Tim, you've got athletes here sat in 3rd and 4th place. Do you expect these guys to work together to try and win this race?
I think the pace is on. I think it's all about position. One thing I'm certain of is MG is doing a much better job than Macca. I mean, they're winning short shoots. They're doing the whole thing. So, yeah, fair play to MG. But, you know, we've still got another round to go, so I'm excited to see what we're doing.
Well, shots fired for Toulouse and beyond.
Yeah.
Chris McCormack sitting wherever he is at the moment, watching this. He'll write that down. He'll remember that. let's get into the middle part of this race and the narrow bars of Hayden Wild, and it's 1-2, Wild and Lewis at the front. Podium really featuring 2. 3 in the top 5, if you don't mind. Hauser, Nina, Berger, and then Ryder and McQueen, who've swum their way back up past Thorne, Milder and Balasa.
And this is not a good swim for Alex Shee. Finds himself now 17 seconds down.
Hayden Wild, our championship leader, and the man who was relegated to second to that silver medal in Paris in that famous kick from Yi from just a month ago that I guess went viral around the world. That moment that we saw with Alex Shee denying Hayden Wild the gold medal. Well, Hayden wants revenge here in Alex Shee's hometown, and it's all going his way thus far. 17 seconds back, Alex Shee. He was 16 on the last lap, and now Wild has the Australian Hauser to give him a little bit of respite, maybe.
We'll take a look and see where the Olympic champion Alex Shee is at the end of this bike leg. But at the moment, I think some of the supporters out here who've come, the thousands of supporters who've come to support Alex Shee, are going to be slightly nervous at the moment.
Still an entire triathlon to go, though. How about that, as Hayden Wild continues to lead with the big BV crest on his chest. And behind them, well, 3 podium athletes, and Lewis might be starting to find the going a little bit fast. He's got a tiny gap to make up to Hauser, who looks quite relaxed, Hauser, as does Berger out there, as does Wild. So caps and goggles on once again. Ryder's been gapped as we thought he might be, but he's held on a little better than he did last time around as they head in for the third swim. Into the water first, Hauser, then Wild, Berger, Nina, then Lewis. 2 teams lock out the top 5, and there's a gap back to Ryder, who'll have a swim on his own, but he's a great swimmer if he can tack onto Lewis, who equally is a great swimmer and will be hoping to get up into this pack. For those of you watching from far away in New Zealand on the other side of the planet, you'll be happy because Michael Gilliam has made the decision and Hayden Wild will take the short shoot, as will Seth Ryder.
And this would be interesting, wouldn't it? If Podium Racing managed to get away, the 3 of them together. Vincent Luis is just about to jump on his bike as well, but this is a great start, isn't it?
Behind this group of 3 who are trying to work together to give themselves a little gap on their rivals in red, as Ryder tries to ride down that tiny little strip without the cobblestones, which is a gutsy play. And we're picked up on this drone as we see this shot time and time again. It's a beautiful one, showing those crowds 5 and 6 deep heading into the final as they urge these athletes on, and there is not a Brit among them in contention. At the moment, Yi has fallen to 43 seconds back. He is out of this one.
Not quite the race and the day that he wanted.
Berger looks comfortable at the front. Ryder has now moved up into second position. Baxter Cabrera and Vannison, the only 2 that have been eliminated. But Max Stapley sitting at 52 seconds in arrears. Alex Shee's over a minute back now because he's all on his own. 3 teams are invested in this one. And that was a great transition from Seth Ryder. He's going to run past nearly everyone. Berger gets out, Hauser gets out, and it's Wild who's had the slowest transition. In fact, the 2 Crown Racing athletes with the Bahrain Victorious logo, they are at the back at the moment, but they've both got incredible run pedigree. Matt Hauser, well, could this be a second supertri win for him? He puts the hammer down early. Don't forget, we've only got 1.5 kilometres to go, and podium is still 1, 2 and 3.
Alex Shee in that wonderful gold medal helmet and bike. Hauser so close to being on top of the podium, and he can have these races that aren't quite brilliant, but he never seems to be fazed by it. And
well, there's the short shoot's been taken. Sorry to interrupt, Danny, and Hayden Wild goes into the lead. First lap of the last run, the only man in the front group who's got it. He knew he had it, and now he has taken the lead. The Kiwi from the Australian, from the Frenchman in Leo Berger, with Nina and Ryder. All right, this is it. There is 300 metres left to go, and in that iconic run under the arch with the Brits lining 5 deep. This incredible finish in Canary Wharf for the fourth time here, and for the 34th pro race, Hayden Wilde will pick up another one. He'll pick up his 3rd win in London. He did it in 2021, he did it in 2022, and he does it in 2024. Matt Hauser picks up a great 2nd, and Leo Berger does what he does and scoops up a podium as well. 2 and 3 for podium racing, but the red is on top again.
And here's the toughest course, you know. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. It's a tough course here. Like, if you're on the front, you're going hard. If you're on the second wheel, you're going hard. Matt, he was pulling the pressure on today. That last swimmer really had to dig deep, and then the 3 of them applied pressure on that last ride, and I just had to run as fast as I can, like out a short shoot. But man, they made me work today.
All right, after all of that, let's take a look at the standings for the men's, and 2 Crown Racing athletes in the top 3. Hayden Wilde, back-to-back wins, puts him on 44 points, 9 clear of Matt Hauser, so it's New Zealand and Australia up the top. Vincent Lewis turning back the years, he's an outright 3rd, ahead of Berger, Nina and Yi, all sitting on 27 points. Alex Yi not happy with that result, but he's still dining out on that Boston win and, of course, the Olympic win as well. And after all of that, Crown Racing has jumped podium racing. They were 5 points back. They're now 8 points clear, picking up 88 points overall. They are sitting on top. Stars and Stripes as well did the job on Brownlee Racing, who had their most disappointing result here at home in Canary Wharf. So they'll look to hit back in Toulouse early next month. That wraps us up with a triple shoey, if you can believe that. We hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you in Toulouse in 3 weeks' time. It has been a privilege bringing this fantastic racing to you from Canary Wharf. We'll be back in the south of France very, very soon.